Hello and welcome to this new video about the most 5-plate tactical ships on operations. The list is long, only for 5 ships, and just like with the premium ships I did last time, I take out the 5 favorite ships, the most favorite ships I played in operations. I rank them from 1 to 10, and I will talk about how good or bad the ship is in operations, conversing how they are in randoms, because the ships don't play the same in randoms like they do in operations. Sometimes they do, you can. For example, if you play the Seattle in randoms, you play somewhat the same in operations, depending on the operation, so you can play the same, but yeah, there are differences, and we're going to talk about it. Oh, as I already gave away, number 5 is the Seattle. The Seattle is a cruiser, American light cruiser that is. It's a Worcester line. Now, the Worcester line is a very nice line, I must say. You have the Cleveland, the Seattle, all those fun stuff, and the Worcester himself. Now, the Worcester line is a light cruiser line that is mostly known for its HE spamming in randoms. You know, the ships they sit in behind an island, and they keep shooting HE at you, and there's nothing you can do. And sometimes it feels like that. Well, here you can do the same, sort of. This operation is Aegis, as you some already know, and yes, you can somewhat do the same in this operation that you can do in randoms. Sit in the smoke screen that you get, and why is he doing this? Yes, so sit in the smoke screen, shoot your HE shells, and that's all you do. Now, the problem comes with the Seattle line is sometimes you have no idea where to exactly shoot. Where are you going? The shells are floaty with the Seattle, same as with the Cleveland. So yes, you have to aim very far ahead to get your shells going where they are supposed to go. Now, it is not really a bad thing. It teaches you how to aim. The thing is, you need to have this understood at the tier 6 already. Once you play the Helena, and once you played the Dallas and the Helena, you should have known where to aim. And I get it, sometimes it's difficult to get that going. I mean, it is a difficult ship sometimes to play, but it is still not that bad. Now, the guns are 360 on the Seattle. Keep that in mind, because once you start shooting, you start aiming the weird direction that you should not be aiming to, you still have the very nice shells. That you want to hit on the cruisers. Keep in mind that yes, they will sometimes shoot at you from this distance, and they can, and they will. This is how I like my light cruiser line. Stay in distance, and you just shoot, you keep spamming HE. Get more fire, and keep pounding them. Sometimes you manage, sometimes like this, I will aim bad, because for some reason I play the Seattle, I play the Cleveland a lot, but sometimes when I stop playing them for a while, I forget where to aim sometimes. It's not on the game, that's on me. So the Seattle line, what do I rank it? I give it an 8 out of 10. The Conqueror is a Conqueror line is at number 4 on the list, because, well, the Conqueror line is just that great. You have good explosive shells, you have the really nice guns, you have the improved heal, which is always fantastic, and you have of course the good explosive shells and the good short fuse AP shells. Then why is it number 4? The reload is decent enough. It's not the best, it's not the greatest. It's 25 seconds reload, so it's not that bad. Why number 4? Yeah, well, it's fast, yes, the good AP, you have everything great. The only difference is it's also a bit it's a great ship, but it's not good in the way that I would say that is fantastic. You know, you have short fuse AP, but you don't have the greatest protection. You don't have the great citadel. Now, the difference between the Lion and the St. Vincent, this is Vincent has torps. It's a battle cruiser, this is a battleship. So St. Vincent has torps. Lion and Conqueror don't have one. One doesn't either. So, in close combat, you have to be more careful. You don't really want to get close. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. Because if you get close to a ship that has, I don't know, torpedoes, yeah, you're not going to survive long. Now, you see that the HP isn't really great. It's almost 70k without the flag. I don't have the flag on. So, you have to be more careful with how you play. Now, does that mean it's bad? No. It just means that you have to be a little bit more careful with your ship. And the Lion as well, she has super heal, she has spotter, you have no hydro, which the Conqueror also doesn't have. So there is no difference in there. Both have no hydro. You have a decent heal, very good heal for you got super heal, so that's nice. Why number 4? Because you get up to tier 10. That's why number 4. The tier 10 operations suck more than the tier 9-8 operations, in my honest opinion. Because if you play tier 9, no, the Seattle can hold its own ground up to tier 10. Lion, well, Seattle is lightly armored, Seattle is a light cruiser, but with Seattle you can dodge more shots. In Lion you really can't. The distance isn't, it's 21 kilometers, but you're not accurate at 21 kilometers, so the distance isn't there. The guns aren't there for it. So that's why I say that it's number 4 on the list and not number 3 on the list. Number 3 on the list is the Hindenburg. Hindenburg, well, is a German cruiser. It is the last of the heavy cruisers. Now there is another cruiser line, that is the secondary line, that is the Prince Albert and the Prince Albert line. So you have the Knezebeck, and you have the Knezebeck is at tier 8, Prince Albert is at tier 10, Manteuffel is at tier 9, Scheer is at tier 7, and Deutschland is at tier 6. No. But that's not the line I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Hindenburg line. The Hindenburg is the last of the tier 10. Now, Hindenburg has rune guns, 303mm guns, and you will enjoy them. What is not to enjoy is the grind to the Hindenburg if you play operations, because Nuremberg is a tier 6. And, well, Nuremberg is a cruiser that is easy to destroy. No armor, very light, no armor. Very light, that's called, but you call it no armor. But And that's from T6, right? That's why I always say if you want to try the German line, I would at least go on to the York, because York has a bit more armor and you will survive a bit longer into operations. Doesn't mean Nuremberg is bad, it just means that Nuremberg has some issues from T6 on. And if you ever played Nuremberg in online matches and you fought against a battleship, yeah, you will feel the pain. So, Hindenburg. 6-kilometer torps. Fantastic. You have to come close. But they are very powerful. Now, what is not to enjoy about Hindenburg? Just heal. It's enjoyable. Just torps, just 6-kilometer torps, just nice gun range, good accuracy on the guns as well. Heavy hitting AP shells. Yes, everything is great. But it's a lighthouse. So you get spotted from everywhere. And that's because I have a lighthouse built. And if you don't build it like that, then you have a much more chance of not getting spotted everywhere. But I don't like that as much because, well, I'm in operations and I get spotted anyway. So yes, there's that. Now, Hindenburg is very nice. It's a very powerful ship. It's a it's a heavy cruiser. And are operations where you are like, you're not feeling it, right? Some operations you're just, nah, not this ship from this operation because it's really gonna suck. Yeah, that happens. You have that issue with Hindenburg as well in some operations. But hey, you grind it out. Hindenburg is one of my most favorite German cruisers, I must say, because she is just, just a powerful HE, just a powerful guns. You know, I really like her. I have nothing bad to say about her, honestly. Of course, operations, it's a bit easier to talk about it because, well, if you play randoms, then yeah, then Hindenburg it plays differently, of course. But in operations, she's really nice to play. So, all of all, I give Hindenburg an 8.5 out of 10. Voiceover here. Mogami is number 2. I said number 4. Mogami is the superior of the Tech 3 because she is number 2, and number 2 is Japanese cruiser, of course. I cannot put her in any other spot than number 2. Mogami is a 155mm cruiser. You can upgrade her guns, but I do not recommend doing so. You lose reload speed for more damage. And I don't know if you ever thought about losing damage for reload, but I don't recommend doing so in operations. You can do it in randoms if you want to. I don't recommend that either on Mogami. Mainly because, well, Mogami is just that powerful ship that spams our explosive. Why would you take that reload speed away and put it on a more penetration ship? I would not do that, so recommending. Mogami is number 2. You have no heal. Mogami has hydro, no heal. Now, no heal means you cannot heal. Right, that's easy to understand. In some operations though, you can heal, which on Mogami is a very big deal. Because the longer the Mogami stays alive, the more fires you can set on ships, the more damage you can deal with fires only. Now, yeah. Mogami is the ship that has no armor, just like the Tsar line in total, but that's why the Tsar line is really good in operations, because light armor means you have more speed. I really like the Mogami. Mogami also has those awkward top angles, so you have to work with your, I mean, this is really what you have to work with. This is not really great, but I work. 10 kilometer range, is very fantastic. Keep on doing that. Now, where does the Mogami's weakness lay in? Well, in a lot. Look at Italy Citadel. If you get updated to a G9, which I am right now, you see the Satsuma. Yeah, that one will kill me. Oh yeah, she will. And that's not great, I can tell you right now. Now, where are the strengths of the Mogami? The guns. Use them. I really hate how I know people in World of Warships that play the Miyoko or the Mogami, and they just keep on not using the powerful guns. They keep on waiting for a good opportunity. They use them. Mogami wants to use them, so use them. That's where her strengths are. They were always in the guns. Why do you not want to use the guns that the Mogami has? Mogami's ranking was 8 out of 10. For so forget. The honorable mentions were Albemarle, the British heavy cruiser at tier 8, the Lyon, the French battleship at tier 7, and the Bismarck at tier 8, German battleship. I will not go into it, sadly, because I was tired when I made this recording, and yeah, I did it at 6 AM, I woke up at 3 PM. I woke up at 3 AM, I did it at 6 AM, so I was really not in the mood to talk a lot. You will see a lot of my cuts, that I did a lot of cutting, because I went silent for no reason. That's why I did some cuts in there, and that's why I do this voiceover. So with out of the way, those were the honorable mentions. Number 1 is Akiuzki. Now before I'm going to talk about Akiuzki, I want to talk about one thing first. I said in the video before that the premium that I will do a aircraft carrier list as well. The aircraft carrier list is going to be a bit different, because the aircraft carrier list is not going to be like I do now. One part is premium, one part is non-premium. One part is not going to do that, so it's not going to be happening. The aircraft carrier list will be done as follows: a few premiums and a few normal carriers, and that's it. I said in the video as well, I will do a live stream of submarines and operations. That's going to happen as well. Yes, without talking about that anymore, I'm going to talk about Akiuzki. Now, Akiuzki is a T8 Japanese destroyer, and I was thinking about making her number 1 or Kagero number 1. Now, the Kagero is basically also a Japanese destroyer. It's more torpedo focused. Akiuzki is more gunboat focused. And that's what I like. I like a good gunboat. Just set fires and just keep on pounding them. Kagero here would be better in this operation, I agree, but Akiuzki just has a 32mm plating that you can penetrate. Which is not really happening over here, but Akiuzki can do it. And Akiuzki is also a very nice ship because, well, Akiuzki is one of my favorite destroyers because you really have those good top angles. Just awesome top angles. It's a little bit like Mogami, it's a bit awkward, but you only have one launcher. Unlike Kagero has two launchers, you only have one. But you have top reload booster and smoke screen. Kagero has to switch between either. You either have torp or you have smoke. You have can have both. Akiuzki has both. So Akiuzki in my book is always better. Now, Akiuzki is also one of the destroyers that you can see as a cruiser. Because she is that powerful. Now, and I was start thinking about Kagero Akiuzki, and Akiuzki was it's one of my most favorite destroyers and one of my most played destroyers as well. Because, well, I love me a good Kagero, I love me a good Akiuzki, and I love Kagero as well. But Akiuzki is just that, she just has that powerful gun lady, she has that powerful guns that she has. That's just amazing, right? Short reload. Akiuzki, how do I rate her? 10 out of 10. Why 10 out of 10? Because I mentioned above, you have the top reload booster, you have hardware, you have no hardware, you have top reload booster, you have speed engine boost, and you have the smoke. Everything you need. Yes, it is a great ship. So, well out of the way. I'll see you guys next time in the live stream or in the video about the aircraft carriers, but I don't know when I'm making it. I'm making it next week or something, but I don't know when next week. That's what I'm trying to say. It's yeah, it's a bit of a wait. It's gonna be a bit of a wait, and I'm sorry about that. But I prefer my own health and my own fun for the game above making videos, and that's what I'm taking out of. So, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.